Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Timbuktu Campaign. Before I do anything, I need to address two quick out-of-campaign points of information for you all, just so we're all on the same page, and then we can proceed with the introduction. Number one, this is the second episode I'm actually releasing on Sunday the 19th. This episode is going live at 4 p.m. Central Time, and episode 16, which was about an hour long, went live at 8 a.m. Central Time. The reason why episode 16 is shortened and why I decided to release back-to-back episodes on the 19th is explained more in episode 16. And if you haven't caught that episode, if you just saw this upload and didn't realize I actually uploaded a shorter, sort of like a partial episode earlier in the day, I recommend pausing this episode and opening up episode 16 for my channel, watching that one first. If you're here from episode 16, if you're like watching the playlist later on, or you caught that one already, nothing to worry about. Just wanted to mention that if you weren't aware, I did make a episode 16, which is earlier chronologically than this one. I wouldn't want you to go out of sequence with that. So just wanted to really quickly make that clear. This is the follow-up episode to episode 16, which I released earlier today. I don't normally release multiple campaign videos on the same day, so it's an unusual situation. Just wanted to highlight that here at the very beginning so no one was confused about that. Second of all, as you can hear and possibly see from my voice and my physical situation, I'm actually recovering from an illness. I had the norovirus, which is a nasty stomach flu circling its way around the country right now. I actually became symptomatic basically the day after I recorded episode 16, which I intended to do my follow-up recording much sooner after that episode, but I became very, very violently ill, and fortunately I am recovering. I'm still not at 100%, and my voice in particular has been pretty badly affected because my entire esophagus was obviously under a lot of strain from a flu-like illness. So apologies about my vocal performance, but I don't have any further time to wait to recover more before doing this recording. I feel able to do a recording in this vocal state. It's just going to make my voice a little more gravelly and rough, but that's probably good. It leads to me speaking more slowly and thinking about what I say before I just yap, which is probably not the worst thing for me, but just wanted to quickly mention what's going on with my voice right now. I should have the energy to get through this whole episode because we're going to be up to some real certified funny business in this episode. And with that transition, let's talk about what's going on now in the actual Timbuktu campaign. So last time in that shortened episode 16, we saw the remaining footage I could make of the reign of Masiri Isawagan, under whose reign we, partially off camera and partially for that recorded on camera episode, did a bunch of internal affairs stuff. We did a lot of economy micro, lots of road network construction in our new territories in the Jene region, as well as just in general some housekeeping with getting some smaller cities going or planning to get going, with planned cities in Ber and Bulel, as well as cities being finished in places like Arawane. And in general, just doing some other infrastructure stuff, like the long-anticipated Shrine and Jar of Offerings reclamation project, where I desecrated the shrine in Walata, built it in Bori, retrieved the Jar of Offerings, which is the +2 building slot treasure, and then I destroyed the shrine in Bori and rebuilt it in Houndu, which is the second largest and my planned sort of second most important city of my core, where the shrine is now located. I moved the statue of the Jackal there, and I put the Jar of Offerings obviously into Timbuktu Shrine, where it's providing that bonus to all of the territories in the Timbuktu province. I have then accordingly started to urbanize the Timbuktu province because that's a city-only bonus, which I want to take full advantage of, with, as I mentioned, cities that I'm planning to get going in Ber and Bulel. Also Aganaga Fall a bit later. I don't want to overdo it too much, although really with this part of city planning, the main hindrance is political influence, which I do have a little bit of. I don't want to splurge PI right this second. I guess I could technically found a city right now with my current PI, But let's not do anything too hasty here. Let's wait a little bit and see if that does make sense. There's many other locations that I want to found cities at as well, and I guess, let's see, the 5th extra city in the Timbuktu province might not be highest on the priority. We'll get back to it later, though. I also do want to build some forts down here in my southern territories. I've, oddly, despite fortifying up my relatively safe north, have left my relatively unsafe south fairly exposed. Should probably get some forts going, and I probably will build some forts in a few minutes. Let's be real, a bit more than a few minutes. But first I want to do my opening and kind of get a lay of the land with where things are. Speaking of which, let's talk about the new Archon Nyakata Zabarima, the Oligarch, 8, 6, 11, 5. Those stats are sick, and not in the unfun norovirus way, but in the fun, high-quality way. We are looking at plus 8% manpower recovery speed and plus 8% army morale recovery. That's why I'm planning for this to be a war episode. With a war, I'm obviously planning against the Malian tribes. I just noticed the 8K, but never fear, this is actually the weird visual glitch Imperator Rome has, where a local unhired mercenary company is depicted as being under the same flag as a single unit from the country. So this is not actually Cantor sitting on an 8K merc stack, which I would be bewildered by if that was actually what was going on, but nothing to worry about there. I saw that and I had to pause to comment on that, because what? Anyways, Nyakata is also bringing 6 finesse, minus 6% build cost, plus 12% national commerce income. Not as strong as his predecessor, Mysterious Awagan, with the 9 finesse, but still pretty good. And with the Oligarch, build cost bonus still in effect. We're still fairly comfortable to do some building. Probably not going to focus on building because I don't have the maximum build cost reduction I could have. But that's what last episode was, really, was a building-focused episode. I just need to build a couple forts still, really, at this point. 11 charisma means plus 2.20 claim fabrication speed. Probably not going to be relevant in this episode, especially because of the action I'm going to be taking in just a little bit. I've remembered that I have War Council up, and I may as well do this since it is now off cooldown. And there are a number of people who I want to get claims on, who I don't think I currently have claims on, that this would be perfect to get a free claim on for that. Especially because I know now that it does dynamically not target people I already have claims on. Then we have a minus 0.11 monthly tyranny. We actually have very, very good tyranny reduction right now, especially with a couple of technologies now in effect in the background. And yeah, we are about to hit 0 tyranny in a couple of months, so that's pretty interesting. I'll see if I can do something to gain a little bit of tyranny, just so that tyranny loss is not wasted. Finally, 5 zeal, a little below average, minus 0.05 monthly war exhaustion, not currently a problem. Minus 0.05 monthly stab change, definitely could be better. And as you can see, we actually are now at minus 0.05 stability overall. So, did I say plus 0.05, not minus 0.05 for the stab change, but we are at minus 0.05 for stab change overall. And that's with Divine Sacrifices, and we do have Divine Sacrifices running through 232, so we need to keep an eye on that. I don't know if I'm going to have enough PI to re-up that right when it runs out, but I would certainly like to keep my stability this high. We're benefiting quite a bit, including with a very, very good research rate. I want to keep this going because a lot of this game's, a lot of my build really kind of powers up with technology, so as a commerce economy build, I'm really reliant on technology to give me that edge over a pure tax economy in the mid and late game, so hopefully we continue to keep that energy going. As we expand our population, our research efficiency will sort of have its scale reduced. It's a bit hard to explain, but basically we're going to have more room to improve our research efficiency and gain more raw research from expanding our territory. By the way, I do have my gripes with this being the way research works. I like that research is an output connected with population. I think that does make sense in some ways, but at the same time, it essentially leads to playing tall in Imperator Rome, very difficult for improving your research. Research really is tied to growth, growth horizontally instead of just growth vertically. But that's a deeper system. There's not really much I can do around that. And I am certainly playing a campaign that involves a lot of horizontal growth and vertical growth. So it's not like it's going to be a problem for me in this campaign. But anyways, that is the situation with Nyakata in terms of his actual stats. As a person, he is 65 years old. He is the most enlightened of the centrists, 100, 100, 100. And he is coming in with obsessive +1 zeal, plus 0.05% monthly statesmanship, plus 5% Great Wonder construction. As the governor of Ghana, minus 10% local research points there. Not ideal, but as the ruler, plus 2.50% research points everywhere, so it's not quite as bad. When Nyakata puts his mind to a task, he could quite forget about anything as trivial as eating, sleeping, or at times breathing. Also a coastal raider, oddly enough, +1 monthly wealth, one of the best wealth-generating traits in the game, bizarrely. I don't know why it's balanced like this, but there you go. As a commander, which he won't ever be, and this would really say as an admiral, plus 5% Liburnian and trireme discipline, not going to be relevant for him. Nyakata shows superlative skill in knowing the ebb and flow of the tide. Such a skill comes in handy when taking advantage of certain underhanded business opportunities. Also sarcastic, -3 diplomatic reputation. Literally everyone loves Nyakata Zamarima. I definitely don't relate to that one. Get it? Because it was a sarcastic comment about sarcasm. Yeah. Maybe I should have gone back to bed instead of recording this episode. But here we are. I'm deep into it. I'm going to continue. +1 finesse from Wise. Plus 0.10% monthly statesmanship. And plus 0.15 monthly trad conviction. As the ruler, plus 3% national citizen output. Simply having knowledge is not enough. Understanding how to apply it shows true wisdom. Finally, he is a scholar, -1 marshal, plus 0.10% monthly statesmanship, and plus 0.10 monthly trad conviction. Interestingly, a lot of trad conviction traits. I don't know exactly how he came to be in the state that he is with his conviction, but you'd think he'd be a trad character, but for some reason he ended up being an oligarch. As the governor of Ghana, plus 10% local research points. This is actually going to be counteracting obsessive and resulting in a 12.50% bonus in Ghana and a 2.50% bonus elsewhere. And as the ruler, tech speed plus 5%. That's actually really, really good. Nyakata simply devours knowledge as if it were a hearty meal. It seems to sustain him about as much, too. Alright, let's put him on a scheme influence right away. 3.20 PI. Look at that. That is the power of Patricinium coming through right there. And we're going to rebalance things a bit, so it may change in a worse way. He also does have 100 statesmanship, which I actually just noticed. So that's pretty exciting. He is hopefully going to be a very, very good governor of Ghana, despite not having the best finesse in the world, with that statesmanship potentially helping out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get our Omen going. We're going to go for, believe it or not, the Jackal. I know this is a shocking pivot in my strategy. Who could have seen that one coming? And we're going to go ahead and also... let me keep army maintenance off for now, because I'm going to need some time for my armies to get raised and moved around. So we'll come back to that. Let's see. Let's take a look at our political situation. Oligarchs actually have suffered a bewildering loss of control. I don't know what on earth happened between episode recordings, but apparently the whole oligarch faction got norovirus as well, because a lot of them are not showing up to the assembly. 27.96% control. That's a catastrophic decline from the previous episode. Trads gained everything, and they also gained from the Democrats. What on earth happened here? Democrats are down to 3%. Trads are up to 69%. My goodness, that is one of the most unexpected upsets I've seen. I don't know what on earth triggered this, because we had a oligarch to oligarch transition, and yet the Trads have roared into power. Not ideal for a wartime episode. The Trads are not going to like me going to war, so we may have some possible support problems despite having outrageous 90 support currently. So I don't know what on earth caused this. We do have an expected Trad follow-up with Layla Isawagan, who we've of course seen before as an Otacon. So it would make sense that the Trads take over the Otaconship after this election cycle. We'll see what happens, but pretty surprising situation. Also, as noted at the end of the last episode, episode 16, we do have the pass law objective from the oligarchs. They want lowered import tariffs. If you don't remember, this is the law that changes our economic focus to importing, and we certainly would want it to stay on exporting. If they basically demand this, I'm probably going to agree and then just switch it back myself. I don't think switching to this preemptively does that much, because I think when they demand it, they don't cause the stab or even maybe the PI cost to be triggered. So we basically have it changed for free when we agree, and then we can just switch it back and pay for that. And they do lose approval for me switching it back because of this, but it's not like the completion of the objective is undone. So I may just wait for them to force me to do it, then I'll just do it back right afterwards. All right, as for my government, let me actually start over here. And let me just start from scratch. Let's not get too convoluted here. Go ahead and just fire everybody and reevaluate the whole situation, just so I'm keeping on top of everybody's statesmanship. And also let me check my governors really quick as well. Alright, so we don't have any governor vacancies, thankfully, because I spent a lot of last episode, both on and off camera, doing the all the policies. So Jane's governor, BC Zabarima, he is looking solid. Nothing to worry about there. Alright, I'm happy with that. Songhai governor, Silman Bulsa. This guy is also very solid. Nothing to worry about there. Alright, good. And then the Sahara governor, Nyakata Isawagan, also looks solid. He's in poor health, as I commented before. It seems like whoever we assign out to this miserable posting out here in the Sahara tends to have health problems. But he has lasted for a little while, so it's not that bad. So we'll wait for him to die, and then we'll replace him. And then we've got, of course, the Zholov governor, Shinyubu Nalarigu, healthy despite having dysentery. And, yeah, so once we have a physician, I may actually try to seek treatment for him just so I can keep his health up as much as I can, since he is one of my best governors, and he makes the most sense as a governor, being Rugen for this Rugen area. Alright, so governors are all looking fine. His loyalty is a little on the low side for what I'd prefer, but that's just from a temporary modifier, although he also has plus 10 from a temporary modifier. Any corruption? Actually, I should check this on all of them. Any corruption problems? No, we're completely fine. You also don't have any corruption problems, which is great, because I definitely forgot to check that. Alright, so governors are all looking good. Let's assign our researchers. So, as usual, let's look for high natural talent, low statesmanship to set up and groom researcher characters for office later on. Layla Sankara may have been, I just clicked on all of them, but I have no short-term memory at all. So she may have been the military researcher before. If she wasn't, she should have been. So Layla Sankara will now be the military researcher. Actually, she may have been too young before. No, she would have been able to do it at 16, so she would have been old enough. But either way, let's go ahead and put her in as the military researcher. This makes a lot of sense. And, yeah. Let's put her in there. Alright, Mysterious Awagan probably makes sense to go back here. Although, with his 9 finesse and his amazing statesmanship, I kind of want to use him as an officer. There's a little bit of corruption. I guess I could do a sanction on him, but he's actually going to lose this corruption gradually. He's also not very young, so it may not matter long enough to be an issue. I may just leave it alone. Layla Sawagan famously has a lot of corruption, but she also does have free hands, although she's also fairly old. Let me leave her alone as well. I think I probably want to assign, let's see here. Let me assign Hawa Cao with her low statesmanship but high natural finesse. I actually don't have anybody better than this. Let's put her in there. Alright, oratory. Let's see here. Probably want to assign... I could assign some of these older characters. From what I've seen in this campaign, these traits don't seem to work in this mod, which is fine. I could put in Hawa Zabarima and keep building statesmanship on her. Or I could put in Sidibe Sawari. Let's see. The corruption here wouldn't be as big of a deal. I don't have a lot of amazing... Well, that's not true. I do have a few good charisma characters. She could also be a martial character as well. And I tend to have... Yeah, let me save her for potentially being a martial officer, because I have so few martial characters. Let's put Sabiri Sawari in, because she has less statesmanship, more corruption, which, I mean, as an officer or as a researcher, this won't be as big of a deal, but lower loyalty, so let's put her in there. Alright, as for religious advance, I think I'm going to put in this newly adult character, Dafi Zabarima. I don't recognize this guy at all, but he just turned 16, so he's now an adult in this game's system. So low statesmanship, obviously, because I've not used him before. Loyalty is a little on the lower side, but that's fine. No corruption at all. Yeah, this guy's perfect for this kind of thing. Let's go ahead and get him in there and get him trained up. All right, look at that. Look at that modifier spread right here. That's what you like to see. So actually, I think we should be getting, except for maybe civic advances, and that might also improve over the course of the video. We're likely going to see all of these level up in this video, and possibly not civic advances, but possibly civic advances. Okay, over to officers. Let's go ahead and get going. I think I probably want to keep a trad character as my censor. Let's see here. Who do I want to actually assign? I could put in Lambu Kamara. Can I still use Layla? I guess I can still use her. Her statesmanship is amazing. That would give me the full 7 charisma. Is there anybody who's a trad who would give me comparable amounts of charisma? I don't think so. Let's just put her back in there. This has worked so far. I guess I could sanction her. Trads don't like this, but she does have a lot of corruption. This would save me some money. In fact, I can see how much it's going to save me. So Layla currently draws an outrageous wage of 1.61. Let's give her the sanction. Again, trads are going to lose approval from this, but I certainly have the trad approval built up to survive this kind of thing. Also gains a little bit of corruption. So this is, or I mean, a little bit of a tyranny, I mean. So this is something I can gain tyranny for. Alright, let's do it. Alright. 1.13, so yeah. Still drawing a big wage, because she has so much statesmanship. But, actually, does statesmanship affect wage? I think I may have just made that up. But, for whatever reason, she's an older character, so she makes sense she'd be paid more. But either way, that's going to help with the economy a little bit, and ultimately just give us more room here. I can also keep her on free hands now a bit more comfortably. So her loyalty is super high. Fairly sure I can't get her off free hands without losing all that loyalty, so let's not mess around with that. Alright, moving on, let's assign the tribune of the treasury next. We actually do have a few good martial characters now, as it turns out. Dara Sawari, long time martial character. I think possibly a Zeal character before. Definitely want to use her with her statesmanship. Her corruption, I think I'm also going to sanction her actually as well. Yeah, I think I will. Democrats don't like this, but definitely don't care about the Democrat opinion right now. I think it might be the weakest Democrats have ever been in the campaign. So pretty goofy situation there. But yeah, there we go. 10.50% national tax. Up to 60 gold. I've got a partial government, and I've got... I've not even finished my setup yet. Already at 60 gold. Wow, okay. Look at that. I love seeing the fruits of my misdeeds take shape in the campaign. Alright, Omen Power is going to improve things even further, so let's see. Who's got some big statesmanship for me? Anybody? Not really. The best we can do probably is Sabiri Chilabele, and that's certainly not a bad place to start. Yeah, let's put her in there. 18%. Wow. So, okay, that's not like fully registered yet, but I think it will improve things quite a bit. Maybe on the monthly tick. So let's check back on that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's do divine sacrifice cost. Actually, let me come back to that. Let's do military experience. Let us assign. Let's see here. Yeah, I think she's probably best here. Let's put Lambu Kamara over here. She's built up some good statesmanship, and she's pretty loyal. She is ambitious, but she is also, she's got good base loyalty, no corruption problems at all. She's righteous, pretty good. I'm also going to go ahead and I think give her free hands as well. Yeah. What's your rate now? 0.16. That's manageable for now. I'll revisit every time I do a recycle here. or a cycle, I should say, give you free hands also. Maximize my PI gain. Alright, Magistrate. Let's throw on... I think probably Yentema Isawagan makes the most sense with that statesmanship. Also, a little younger than Tarifa as well. Loyalty's a bit lower, though. What's the issue? Oh, revoked free hands. Can I give you free hands again? Probably I can, yeah. Alright, let's do that. Alright. I could sanction him, actually. Can I sanction him while he's on free hands? I guess I can. I guess I probably should do this, honestly. Yeah, I should do sanctions pretty much whenever it makes sense. Because of that tech I got recently that allows me to do sanctions with no loyalty malice. Alright. Let's do Tribune of the People. Yeah, let's put Mysterious Awagan into this position, I think. He actually wouldn't be terrible as a governor, but given his health, I'm certainly not wanting to inflict any of my regions with that much policy changing. So let's put him in over here as the Tribune of the People. His loyalty is also very good. I'll give him free hands just because, you know, he doesn't have a lot left, so his corruption gain won't be a big issue. I'm also... Do I bother? No, he's an oligarch. I'm not going to lower oligarch approval. We're already seeing some support loss, so let's be careful about this. But, alright, High Priest, let's put in... I want to continue raising statesmanship for Geneba Chilabilla. I'm actually not sure if I caught her before. This may be a new character given her age, but either way, I want to start building statesmanship on her. Let's put her in there. This is a fairly okay modifier to temporarily not have as much of, and her loyalty is pretty good. No need even for free hands. Finally, Physician. Definitely want to put someone in here. Let's probably put Pocobila Sankara in here. Yeah. Let me put her in, and then let me actually sanction? Yeah, let me sanction her. Alright, there we go. Okay, because she is young enough that we're going to have her around for quite a while. Now, her corruption gain is pretty fast because of Deceitful and free hands. In fact, do I actually revoke free hands, and then do I give her a bribe? I don't think that's enough. I think I'll just sanction her every so often. Okay. I'm happy with that. 3.74 PI per month. And my economy rebalanced again down to 59. Again, the economy number here can be a little bit mercurial, but that's fine. Alright, that all looks good. We also have a pirate fleet roaming around out here. That's interesting. That might be the one that lives in Imbul, because it is a pirate haven. Okay, now before I forget, let's go ahead and do the Summon Senatorial War Council. Summons a selection of our most prestigious senators to consider a focus for our next conquest. This can be used to provide a claim on a province and may be used once every 10 years. Let's do it. The Senate assembles. The glorious arches of Timbuktu provide a scenic setting for the ongoing planning of future wars held between the chief minds of the Republic. Baki, a proud and stubborn senator. Tarifa, a senator known for their civic interests. And Masiri, a senator known for their administrative skills. These are actually some genuine heavy hitter, like big player types here in the government. Sometimes these events target random people, but I know who all three of these people are. We've got a former icon, a longtime Democratic Party leader. Actually, it's just the different party leaders and the Tribune of the People. Wait, isn't he the party leader? I guess it's not displaying it there for some reason, but he is the party leader. So it's just the party leaders. Despite significant discourse, ale, and argument, no consensus is made on the target for our future expansion plans. Baki believes fervently that the Mako province of Indama should rightfully be under Timbuktuan rule. Tarifa and Masiri, however, wish us to focus on Fadama or Odien, respectively. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So these guys want me to go for Indama, which would be... Let's see, so Indama would be... Well, up here, actually, okay. The Mako... Okay, so this would give me a claim on... Hold on. I think I have a claim on Bambuk, but not on Indama. I don't need a claim on Indama. I already have a claim on Mako, so I don't want to go with this one. So these guys want me to go after Fadama, Dhaka Jalan. That'd be this one down here. This gives me a way into fighting this Southern Defensive League, which at the moment includes Fadama, ODN, what's left of them, the Khitan Revolt, and Kanka. Okay. And then over here, these guys are in essentially a separate alliance, Nyani, Siguri, and Pita, but they're not connected with the defensive leagues. We got 2 alliance networks down here, basically. So that's our way to fight the Eastern, or the Eastern alliance network down here. This one would be targeting ODN, which gives us another way of fighting the network. Yeah, I don't think I have any claims left on anyone down here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let me just double check that. Yeah, that's right. So I think Fadama is probably the best target, but ODN would also work. There's no reason it needs to be one or the other. They both get me into a war. Actually, hold on. This is interesting. Fadama actually gets me into a war with Siguri as well. I don't think more targets is a problem. It's more like more targets might be a positive. Do I want to fight Siguri not through their alliance network? I don't think they would be able to call in their allies if they themselves are called in. I don't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure they can't. But then I could just fight Nyani and Pita afterwards. It's a little bit awkward given the shape of it. I might actually fight these guys first, but I don't have a claim on them though, so never mind. And then ODN just calls in the league, because they're also allied with Con as well as being in the league with them. I mean, ODN would be easier to take the capital of, although the part that I'd be targeting for Fadama is also an unfortified provincial capital, so that'd also be fairly easy. And I could just take ODN at the same time as well. I guess the question comes down to, who do I want to get loyalty with more? So this one's a complete waste for loyalty because Masiri is already at 100. And this one gives me approval loss from the 2 more useful factions. And I get loyalty with a character who's already fairly loyal. Actually, the character whose loyalty I actually care about the most is Baki, who gives me the least useful of these different war targets. I think I'm going to go for this one here. Yeah, I'm going to go for this one here, especially because I actually want to unify Dhaka Jalan. I do want to expand while I'm at it, right? Like, it's not like I want to just ignore this, the Monding province. I do want to expand into it, but then we're talking about also possibly taking territory in Guinea. I might leave them in the Guinea stuff, but then take the stuff that's in Manding. But either way, let's go for the Fadama option. So this will lose me even more Senate support. It started off so well, but we're already slipping away. That's how it goes. Alright, 65. That's still more than fine. Alright, so having done all that, now let's review what our different war targets actually are, because we basically have 2 directions we could go. We could follow on the plan I talked about last time of going after the Malian tribes, or I could go to war with these guys down here at the edge of Genet and Guinea. So the option that I just unlocked here is to attack Fadama. They would call in Siguri, they'd call in Khan, they'd call in ODN, and they'd call in the Khitan Revolt. And this would be a fairly widespread and kind of messy war with a lot of different sort of fronts at the same time. And this would be about securing the rest of, well, I'd have to go to war with Nyani later. It'd be about securing the southern section of Dhaka Jalan that I've missed, as well as securing the entire Monding. Yeah, this would include, except for Nyani, the Nyani stuff, this would include most of the Monding province. I'd then probably leave Khan and Fadama down in the Toro province for later. I don't want to expand into Guinea right now. I want to just consolidate my hold over the Genet, and then after that, or before that, the Mali region as well. Guinea is going to be a very difficult region to get control over, so I don't want to get into it quite yet. So that's the first option. And in terms of what I'd be getting from this war, let's take a look at the trade goods. We got some gold down here in Monding, so that's a good start. Any other, like, amazing resources down here? Nothing really game-changing, but there's also some gold up here in Mali. Although, is any of this gold in places I'd actually be taking in the war over here? Yes. Mako has some of this gold. And let's see. That's actually it, though. One gold tile versus one gold tile. And there is an argument for trying to consolidate Gen A further before I switch over to Mali. But I did also break my tribute relationship with these guys. Let me review what their diplomatic situation is now, actually, to get a sense of what this would look like. So the first option is I could go into a little teeny tiny war against Dialara really quick, and I might actually do that first, just to clean this up. They have no allies. For some reason, they're diplomatically isolated. This would be super, super easy against just this little derpy local power. They might hire mercs, but I don't even know if they do that. I could do a assault on their fort, lower and raise the levy, and then go to like a real war after. I think I might do that, honestly, just to get this cleaned up. This would give me part of the mostly uncolonized Dialabra province, which is my entry point into the Mali region, in a way. And then I could focus on either the rest of the Malians or on the remaining Genaans. Probably the rest of the Malians, though, if I do that, because then I have a new Mali region to attend to. Speaking of which, so if I were to attack any one of these guys, probably want to attack Kayes, because I can get to their capital, which is unfortified really quick, or I could attack Cantor for the same reason. And I do have claims on all of these guys. But in terms of who brings in who, I think they all bring in each other, yeah. So these guys would bring in Ndama, Mako, Kayes, and yeah, so all 5 of them are in a league together, and some of them are also in cross alliances with each other as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to war with Dialara first, just kind of get that over with, just because they're kind of still lingering here awkwardly. And then I will lower, because I'll do an assault on Bindugu. To avoid spending my manpower, I'll lower and erase, then go to war with the Malians. Maybe after that, I even go to war with the Genaans. I don't know how bloodthirsty I'm feeling. But, you know, recovering from norovirus, you know, really gets your bloodlust going. That's not medically true, but that's, maybe I'm just bloodthirsty all the time, and I'm just trying to find an excuse for it. But let's go ahead and get our armies organized here. I always forget my region borders. I can actually raise over here. It's kind of odd, but it is technically kind of close. So let me raise up in up here. I probably just need the Ghana levy for this. Let me just work with them, because I'm going to lower and raise anyways. Let me go ahead and also increase army maintenance and send these guys up. In fact, what I might do, now what I'll do is I'll go to, well, yeah, let me go to Yelamane first and fight their army that they raise. They're going to have a unit or two. I just don't want their army. Well, hold on. Can they get through Diakon? I don't think they can, actually. I think they're going to be forced into sieging Diakon if they raise here. Yeah, I mean, I fortified up this area very well, so maybe I just go straight for Bindugu and just assault it right away. Let me wait for my morale to go up and then get back to it. So, I think we're good to go now with the episode. Let me see if there's anything I neglected to do. I don't think so. I guess I could, let me, while I'm thinking about it, just quickly get some of these forts. Actually, you know what? I can't get the forts going because of, right, because of this. Now, these were here before, I'm fairly sure, but these will be cities, so I'm going to go ahead and preemptively, this will also give me a little bit of money for fort fun. Yeah, losing the iron mine is a little bit frustrating, but Seno is the best spot. I've got plenty of resources for sale, so it's not like I'm searching desperately for trade resources. Let me get these places fortified. I'm going to save my PI and not invest in them as cities quite yet. I'm also going to, let's see, do I save my PI for everything else right now? I think I probably should, just to be on the safe side. This, I've got a couple of years. I can spend PI on some stuff. What I really want, honestly, is to just get Timbuktu to be a metropolis. I think I'm gonna try valiantly to save my PI for this. 100 PI natural saving, is such a thing possible on a misadventure campaign? We'll see, but This is a rare moment. I feel like I do not need PI super severely for anything pressing because I've done all my policy micro and I have really good PI generation now. I'm going to try and save for Metropolis, but that's a lot to ask of myself. We'll see. A war episode is a good moment to save PI because I'm focused on warring and not thinking about how I could micro with PI. So with that all said, let's go ahead and actually unpause and get going with the episode. All right. Around we go. Just in time to reorganize over pick. I think I'm just going to reorganize up until full and then just go in. Like, there's no rush, right? I don't need to do this right now. Go in when I'm at full morale. Just so... Oh, what do we have here? Pita's at war? Okay, who's Pita fighting? Oh, Pita's just hiring mercs for some reason. Are they being attacked by barbs? I've seen that kind of thing happen before. Baki Sawari the Axe was killed in a freak accident at the age of 75. He was the traditionalist party leader, head of the Sawari family. Rest in peace, Baki Sawari the Axe. That is a shame to lose him. I thought I'd have him for a little bit longer. 75 is a little young to die, but it was a freak accident. Not sure what exactly happened with that. He was in perfect health despite having a cancer diagnosis, but for some reason he did die. I may actually get like a crime event that pops up, like there was a murder. Someone's signature weapon of a big stick was used or something. Those events are really funny. But rest in peace to Baki Sawari, jokes aside. Actual legendary character for the campaign. This guy really pulled his weight and was a very pivotal figure for our mid-game rise. So, rest in peace to Baki Sawari. Let's take a look and see who the new Sawari family head is now. Looks like it is Balali Sawari. I don't recognize him, but he is probably just the next oldest character, which is typically how that works. So, welcome to the club. Who's the new trad leader? It is Lambu Kamara, oddly enough. I was not expecting that. I'm actually happy to see someone who's fairly good be made the leader of the party. She's kind of young to be the party leader at 40, but I'll take it, honestly. She's a good character, very loyal, good, strong stats, possible GOAT future Archon, honestly. I'd be happy to play as her. So let's, in fact, hold on. Speaking of which, there she is, as the next expected Archon. I'm honestly happy with this, and with that 9 Marshal, back-to-back war episodes, it's not off the cards necessarily, we'll see, but yeah, wow, talk about an ascent right there. She really just rose up there when her older party leader died. Yeah, wow, okay, interesting. We'll keep an eye on her. That's a promising character for the next couple episodes, to be sure. But yeah, let's let's keep it going. After the tick, I think we should be good to go ahead and go in. Probably don't need to push more than that. Prosperity. Under the guidance of Masseria Sawagan, Timbuktu has gone from strength to strength. Some of our advisors are recommending the institution of a new tax in order that the national treasury might share in this prosperous era. Yes, please. Oh, hold on. I kind of do want to keep raised taxes. It's a pretty big effect on my economy. And I know 6 stability is very good, and I would potentially consider this. But it's going to be lost to stability trend anyways. I'm at 75 stability. It's not like I need lots of stability right now. Taxes, surely nobody will notice. It's 55. There we go. Alright, that's close enough. Let's go to war with Dialara. Take Dialara. Yep. Alright, here we go. I guess I could, let me send over, just because they can't join in the assault anyways, let me send over all the cav. Not the donkeys though, they don't count. Let's send over the cav. And then you guys in the main army head over to Bidugu. This cav stack should be able to kill whatever army is raised here if they raise before the cav arrive. Otherwise they'll just take this, then join in afterwards. Just to speed things up a little bit. Alright. Okay, they did arrive first, and these guys also arrived, so nothing to worry about. The garrison's so low. Let me just go ahead and assault. No need to really worry about it. Alright, there we go. Siege of Bendugu is 1. Very nice. I guess we didn't get a sack because it's not a city. Fair enough. And then we'll wait for this to get taken, then we'll end the war, lower, and then plan to re-raise. And we'll also raise our other armies and prepare for like a larger war. Larger in that there's going to be more merc armies involved. Speaking of sacks, sacking of Yelamane. Alright, let's take a quick look and see what we got here. Okay, we can do some stuff here. Nyakata Zabrima has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Yelamane. The enemy fleeing disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war like that it caused us back in Timbuktu to admire Nyakata greatly. Believe this is well that what my yeah. I am in fact a very eloquent YouTube content creator. All right, with that aside, I'm probably just gonna go for Nunchal Hide. This is it's the right culture group, mostly wrong religion. Yeah, whatever. This is not the actual capital location long term. It's right next to Diakon. No, thank you. Nunchal Hide. I want the Mullah. All right, there we go. I will be taking that. Well, I'll be taking that in a few days when my diplomat comes back. I got a surprise for him when he gets back to the capital. Hey, remember when I sent you off to declare war? I'm sending you back to declare peace. Oh boy. All right, we'll just stand around for a few days while this catches up. All right, now we can do it. Oh, we can't do it? Oh, hold on. Once this goes, then we'll have the total victory thing, and then it'll be fine. Disagreement on the highest level. Fonta Tielabelli the soldier, a woman of sound reputation, who incidentally is currently not employed by the government. She's a private citizen, despite being a very important political figure in the history of the country. And Layla Sawagan the Axe, another very important political figure, and currently one of the most important politicians as the censor, a noble woman of great virtue, have recently started to spar furiously whilst attending the assembly. We've got some trad-on-trad action here. Such behavior is unbecoming of these people of stature, however, we have been called upon to take a side in this latest conflict. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose between two queens. Come on. They're both valid. But alright, I could befriend one of them, and between the two of them, Layla is the much better person to be friends with. Although her loyalty is already secure, I certainly don't want to lose loyalty with her. And Fonta Tielabelli, while an important character with a lot of power base, much more power base, because I think, yeah, she's a family head. I mean, I could also tell them to stop bickering and gain some popularity. I think I'm going to do this, honestly. I want the popularity, and I can probably survive a little bit of loyalty loss on Layla. Tell them to stop bickering. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Now these guys understand what's going on. Alright, Dialaran Diabira to Timbuktu. Alright, the Dialaran Elite. Alright, here we're going to do a rare mid-game bit of tyranny gaining, because I feel so confident with my current tyranny loss. After a protracted conquest, we have finally routed the Dialaran armies and laid waste to their lands. During the sacking of their capital, many important prisoners were taken, many of them having previously held important positions in the Dialaran clan council. They now languish in our dungeons, awaiting whatever fate we decide to impose upon them. I'm going to go ahead and actually imprison their leaders. Look at that. I mean, it's sort of like the meme of like the bell curve, where it's like, you know, the real like kind of like powerful move is like on either end, and then like the middle is what most people do, where it's like the early game you sell nobles. Most of the time, you know it's good not to sell nobles, and then like the real meta strategy when you have a lot of tyranny loss is to sell nobles again. All right. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and lower. What's our? Okay, 6 months is not that bad. All right. Before I forget, let's also take a look over here. So we do need a new governor for the Mali region. Let's see. Did I say before where the capital would be here? If I didn't, let me figure that out now. With Kita being a planned city and Diakon being a planned city as well. Let's see. I'm not giving myself a lot of room to work with here. I think Nafati might be the best spot. It gives me good coverage around the impassable. It's the right distance from Diakon. It's I haven't looked at this layout at all, but it gives me room to work with. It has good coverage in the middle of the province. It's a little close to Kita, but basically I have to go all the way out to Diabiri to be far enough away from Kita. And Diabiri is not on the river, whereas Nafidi is on the river, which it appears to be, so I'm glad to verify that. I think this is probably the best spot. It's also a fairly okay resource to lose with wild game, in case it gets switched. So let me go ahead and destroy this fort, and destroy the tribal settlement. Farm for the vegetables can stay. I'll keep the capital in Yelamane for now. Actually, what I can do, I can just go ahead and colonize out to Nafidi and then set up the capital there and fortify it right now. I mean, there's no reason not to, honestly. Let me colonize into it from the other side over here, just so I can connect this up, honestly. I think that's probably a good idea. All right, how many bozos can I reach from here? Quite a few that are currently slaves. I mean, that's who I'm looking at here. I don't know why I said it like that, but I'd probably need to replace them if I did bring them over. I think I have enough I can do this with. Okay, so let me check Mema. We need 10, so I can free 3 or free. it's quite the euphemism there. I can bring over 3 bozo slaves from Mema for this. Oh, perfect, already. All right, Sorma, let's go ahead and grab that. And then move those bozo slaves from Kita. This place just needs one more pop of any sort. Maybe another one. Oh, I need 8. That's right. Bring over one more Benedict Bozo. There we go. Then we will colonize this. Now we've connected up our territory. And then I can get into Nafidi. Let me get into it from Gamakura. Move pops over from Tumuni. Also make sure I am getting the slave movement cost reduction going. That's good. All right. There we go. All right. Look at that. Instant expansion of land. Now I can set this up as the capital. Nafidi. I do think that is the best spot. And let me go ahead and fortify it now. And yeah. Do I actually? I just lower the army. I'll do road building later. I guess I could also just colonize the rest of this right now while I'm thinking about it. I mean, there's really no reason not to. This also gives me more room to work with the war against the Southerners later. So, yeah, you know what? Let's keep this energy going. Why not? Okay, into Nafidi. Let's bring in some more of these folks. The Bozo squad continues to move. So Yalmane. Oops. There we go. Sangalan. Let's grab that. Move them into Sangalan. Alright, now let's grab Diabiri. Move them into Diabiri from Sangalan. Now let's grab Bafulabe. And then into Bafulabe. From Diabiri. Now let's grab Gati. Then into Gati, which we can make an iron mine later. From Bafulabe. Move all the bozos in. Now we can grab this. There we go. Oh, control Diabar. I completely forgot this was actually a mission that I needed. Before I even have a governor, I can already do this. Up to 15 pops and Gati are assimilated. And then I get a claim on Taban, which is actually going to give me more claims over here. I don't think I need this. Actually, I do need this. I needed the claim on Niani and Pita. Look at that. I am accidentally stumbling my way into thoughtful strategy here without even really planning it out. So look, that's pretty all right. So Gati, let me squeeze in all of the non-bozo slaves that I can temporarily. Let me move all the bozo slaves out somewhere else where they are going to be useful. Where would that be? Probably up here. All right, so from Gati, let's remove all the bozo slaves that are currently there. And then let's move into Gati all of the non-bozo slaves we can squeeze in here at the same time, just for the sake of this. The sake of this mission, to get maximum. Actually, let me get to 15, and then we'll see what we get here. Is this actually now? No. Let me come back to that in a moment. Let's see here. 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Here we go. Control Diabiri. All right, most of them became bozos. This sometimes doesn't work fully, but this time it did actually mostly convert them. Now let me, in fact, this will allow me to do a lot of colonization over here very easily, which is great. But let me go ahead and now quickly set this place up as a vegetable farm. While I'm thinking about it, let's bring in some more guys. Not from Diakon, from Safeto is fine. Actually, let's bring him over from Gati, probably. And from, yes, Safeto. 12, okay, let's bring in Sangalan. There we go. These guys will leave eventually. Okay, and then let me go ahead and assign the governor. Who wants to be governor of Mali? All right, definitely not Fanta with her corruption. Alima Zabarima is interesting. Civ change, all right, that's pretty good. Super loyal. Abrasive though, but plus 15 for branch off. Oh, this must be from when I made her an officer. 4-9 is okay for this. I think I'm gonna assign her. Yeah, no corruption problem. Statesmanship's a little low, but it'll raise. She looks promising. Let's assign Alima Zabrima. She's also a traditionalist for what that's worth. All right, she's put this on to encourage trade. Really? I guess I do have this place mostly, well, not mostly, but it is more bozo than it would normally be. This should really be on conversion here, though. So I'm not actually exporting anything at the moment. Nor is, I'm not exporting enough for it to be worth on encourage trade. Yeah, let's put this on to religious conversion. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's a good start to our Mali holdings. This worked out really well. Okay, let's resume. Oh, let's trade with Carthage. And we'll trade with the Gauls. I guess the Iberians, technically. And Thapsus, who is holding on barely. I guess I'll trade with them as well. Oh my gosh. God. The Gallic invasions here? The Senones have taken over Ruma? Okay. Interesting. It's a bit of a cursed situation, but there you go. Let's keep at it. I guess I could also colonize into Bambuk, which I'll be taking more territory in. I don't think there's really a need to do it right now. I'll wait for now, but I'll do it a little bit. That way I don't need to move around the capital. I'll do it after I take the territory. Alright. Up to 23 as well. Alright, let me start getting the other armies raised. Alright, so Jolov has a little army it can raise. I mean, that's not going to be too far away. That's just going to be right here. Let's raise the Jolov army. And let's have, where should the meeting point be? Probably Bundu will be the meeting point. Let's also raise the Jene Levy. Let's raise them over here. Send them over on the road. They'll take a shortcut, but that's fine. We'll get this road built later on. And then aside from that, yeah, then we'll just wait for the Ghana levy to be ready. 3.5 months. Alright, things are looking good. I'm waiting for them to force this so that I can change the law back. That's also kind of why I'm saving my PI, because I know that that's going to happen. But if I can make it to Metropolis, that'd be cool. But I have no assumptions that I'll be able to get away with that. Barbs, great. That's not that big of a deal. They can just add some pops. That's fine. Those will be ready October 4th. Alright, lower the civ level, that's fine. I got barbs up here as well. I'll go deal with them later. I'm preoccupied right now. $11.4k max manpower, and keep in mind I do still have army maintenance on, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're hovering around that 60 gold per month area. Alright, Igumu Banu was killed in a lot of freak accidents happening right now at the age of 81. Rest in peace, Igumu Banu. You will be missed. I wonder what's happening with these freak accidents. Like, is there like a serial killer on the loose? It's a little bit alarming. Alright, army's ready to go. Actually missed by a little bit, but that's fine. Back down to 20. Also, the song Hey Levy is ready, interestingly enough. I guess I'll raise them as well. Sure, why not? May as well join in the fun. It's over here, that's right. Oh, hold on, I'm just blind. Put them here. So you can run your way over here. They're horses and they're on the road, so they're going to go fairly quick. Okay, and then the actual Timbuktu levy, let's raise them on the road network. It's probably going to be a little bit faster. Bring them over to Bundu. Look at them following that road. That's what I'd love to see. Oh, you know what I might do? I'm going to do something a little bit weird here. Or not weird, but strategic is the correct term. I'm going to split my main Ghana levy and have half of them attack from over here, which I didn't really think I would be able to do, but is now very much an option, and go straight for Kadugu. If I can do an assault at Kadugu and an assault at Irezna right at the same time at the start of the war, this gives me a lot of control over the north here. Now, as I've kind of alluded to, and in reference to a couple episodes ago when I first fought against the Jedi forces down here, a war like this against a coalition in a defensive league, the real threat isn't their armies, it's their capacity to hire mercenary companies and disrupt the flow of the campaign, or of like the military campaign. So here, my goal is going to be shock and awe, like a blitzkrieg style invasion. I can't give them time to hire and raise the morale of mercs. I need to just power through them as fast as possible, because these different AIs don't have the local strength to really fight against me. What they do have is decades and decades of very hard AI treasury built up to splurge on giant merc stacks. And with all these different AIs, like we saw a couple episodes ago with the first war against the Jedi tribes, they're going to bring in every merc force that they can find to try and defend themselves. So we need to go fast and hard to get this situation under control in the right way. All right, there goes those barbs. All right, around we go. I actually wouldn't mind getting Metropolis prior to being forced to do the law change by the party, just so I can save. I can go into negative PI if necessary, if it does cost PI. All right, split in half. Half of you come down here. And then the other half of you head up to Bundu. Once I own this stuff, I'm going to build a shortcut road through Kayas, because that's definitely needed. But I can't build that right now until I know exactly where everything's going to be. But yeah, having to go around the swamp is real slow. But building through the swamp would still not be a better idea until I get the stuff in the middle. Alright, we're getting into position here. And then all of you guys head over to Yokolo. I'll go to war before the horses arrive, that's fine. Alright, here we go. Now I think my target will actually be Mako, because this will give me a lot of war score. Also there is the fort up here as well, I should overlook that. Is there any reason to go for a different target here? I don't think so. Actually, maybe I target Guidi Maka, just because I'll get their thing right away. How much is this worth? This will be worth a little bit. Actually, it's not their capital, though. Yeah, let me target these guys, actually. So take Indama. We'll be going for Yerezna. They're going to call in Cantor, Kayas, Mako, and Indama. That's everybody. So, everyone's here. Let's do it. Let's go to war. Alright. Here we go. Shock and awe tactics. Now, there are 4 forts in this war. There's obviously the forts we're about to attack in just a second here. And then the Mako fort and the Indama fort. I think I'm going to have this army assault Kadugu and then withdraw to my territory to recover manpower and morale to then go in and do another assault at... Actually, can I just do it? Can I do a double assault? With this much infantry, maybe not. Well, we'll see. You guys follow... Just follow the leader. You're not safe on your own. These guys want my vegetables. Sure. Canyon wants my gold. Yep. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the assault immediately. There we go. Actually, I think I'm comfortable going straight for Indama right away. Need to get these forts immediately. Lots of trade offers right now, oddly enough. Or I'll trade earthenware to these guys. Over here, this place is definitely looking... Bia Zabarima succumbed to lunacy at the age of 70. He was the husband of the physician. Rest in peace, Bia Zabarima. Sacking of Yerezna. Alright, so Yerezna is not huge, so let's be a little thoughtful about this. That being said, it can survive None Shall Hide, and I don't care at all about a forest tile for population, so None Shall Hide. Alright. Now these guys, I think I'm actually just going to go crazy and go straight for Mako. If I can just get all these forts right at the very beginning, I win the war. Once I get the other tiles, obviously, but that's like step 1. I just need the forts. In fact, let me go ahead and send you on a special mission to go clean up the other territories around here. Alright, I think we've got a good start going on here. Let's not squander the situation. But off to a good start. Let's wait for the tick to then do the assault. These places are all on partial garrison. What about you? Yeah, you're still sort of partial. Alright, let's do the assault. And you do the assault as well. Mako is 1. Sacking of Indama, there we go. Okay, Indama is a little bit more substantial. I'm going to go ahead and just do a None Shall Hide as well. I want to kill all these pops as much as I can here. Alright. And then this guy can get these 2 tiles. Let's punch our way towards Napolay, and you guys Let me split away the Cav to come down to Yimbarang while you guys head into the jungle to grab that. And then, yeah, that'll be the war right there. Super fast, super aggressive, but good, smart use of my overwhelming military strength right up front before they have time. Like, I'm learning a lot from fighting these kinds of wars. Oh, they're gonna go get Cantor. That's fine. Like, what works and what doesn't. What? Huh? Why is Cantor not... Okay. Bundu is still fort, so it's fine. I just remembered that Cantor is not meant to be the capital. It's meant to be Bundu. That's because of the... Yeah. Alright, whatever. Worry about that later. We should be in the clear. Shock and I. We can definitely go to war with the Janaeans this episode as well. Go ahead and retake Cantor if you don't mind. They're going to siege Wooly. That's fine. You guys just come up here to the center and just wait around. In case there's any funny business, but I don't think there's going to be any funny business. Alright. And just so we have as much war score, this is going to be a big ass, so we may need to wait a little bit for all the war score. So let's get this, and then... in fact, let me go and kill off their actual army as well, just to make sure we have as much war score as possible. Oh, hold on. I knew this would happen. Here we go. All right, let's come here and wait a little bit. All right, let's retake Cantor, and then we'll see how things are looking on the war score front. I do not want to actually deal with this merc stack. All right, another merc force has been raised, so here we go. The mercenary madness is starting, but we'll one thing at a time here. Our ongoing attempts to woo the highly skilled statesman Mbune Jawal has encountered a hitch. Being a true man of the people, Mbuna has decided to invest in the creation of a beautiful monument to please the Timbuktuan people. To complete this mammoth task requires a large number of able-bodied souls. Ooh, hold on. We were getting this event again. Okay. Do I do a manpower event right now? In the middle of a big war? Am I that powerful? Do I do I do that? You bet I do. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I can afford 5k manpower. Oh yeah, why not? I don't need any manpower for anything else. Maybe this means I delay the war against the Janaeans until next episode when I have another good martial character most likely coming in. But yeah, 45 PI is a game changer right now. I'm gonna go for this. Why not? Alright, having gone for that, we definitely want to end this war now. Alright, we got total victory. Will they go for it, given how much I'm about to ask them for? They actually would go for a complete annexation. However, this involves taking a lot of stuff in... Actually, this involves taking a little bit of stuff in Guinea. Let me back out of the Guinea part. So, Fura Jalan, I want to leave alone. But the rest of this is actually just stuff in Mali. So let me verify this. Okay, yeah, so this is all Mali territory. And this is uncolonized. I need to colonize this. Yeah, I think I go for this deal. This was a couple months of war for a huge victory. Very, very efficient war. This might be one of my technically best wars I've done this campaign. So this will leave behind... Who's this? This leaves behind... Ndama. I could make Ndama a tributary down here. I guess I may as well. They're not going to be worth very much, but I'll leave them down here in the little exiled jungle to pay me money. Insult to injury, why not? Ndama becomes... I can make him a feudatory instead, but I don't think that's necessary. Tributary's fine. Let's see. First, let me complete the... Yeah, it is Ndama I'd be leaving behind. Okay, they won't agree to this because it's over the value. That's fair. That's fair. I just leave them alive as an independent nation. What are they going to do? They're going to be stuck in this jungle with only me bordering them. I guess they could hang out with the barbarians if they like, but yeah, that's fine. So I'm not going to be entering Guinea with this plan, which is what I want to avoid right now. What I will be doing is taking the rest of Mali. Yeah, and with that, we'll be getting the northern part of Mali in one big fell swoop, basically. All right, this is the deal that I want. Let's go for it. I'll read the deal when we get the actual peace deal pop up here. Here we go. All right, and some real serious opportunity for tyranny. And I actually forgot to do this with the prisoners earlier, but we'll do it now in just a moment here. So the Sahelian city-state of Guidimaka accepts our generous peace offer. Guidimakan and Dama to Timbuktu. Kayesian and Dama to Timbuktu. Mako Bambuk to Timbuktu. Kayesian Bambuk to Timbuktu, Mako and Dama and Kantori and Dama to Timbuktu, and Daman and Dama to Timbuktu, and Daman Bambuk to Timbuktu. Alright. Imprison their leaders, let the rest disappear. We're about to go crazy with the tyranny, but I have so much tyranny laws, I feel comfortable getting away with it. Let's also go ahead and tell you to stop moving. We can lower everybody right now. Let's do exactly that. Everyone goes. We'll re-raise these guys for roading a bit later, but I want to lower and re-raise for that for sure, so I'm not spending my... Actually, it may have made sense to do it now because I don't have much manpower, but it's fine. I can just do it later. All right, that is everybody lowered. Very good. Lower army maintenance as well. Okay, let's review our new territory first and foremost. So, in terms of... let me go ahead and colonize the rest of this now before I organize the rest of the provinces that I've just taken. Well, really, it's just one province in Dama that was split apart really widely, and then Bambuk as well. So, okay. Let me go ahead and move everyone to... Can I do it from any of these places, actually? I think I should be able to at this point, yeah. Let's move them all to... Let's just move them all to Sangalan. I just need to move... Actually, move them here instead, actually. No, hold on. Yeah, Sangalan makes the most sense. Move them to Sangalan. Alright, we need to move some bozos from various places. From Gati is fine. Why not? Oh, they're not Badaic bozos. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Bit of a waste of money there, but I have plenty of money to work with, so it's not the end of the world. Let's move those extra pops back into Nafati, actually, from Sangalan. So the Sagaic bozos all can go there. And I'm putting them in Nafati just because it's the capital. Alright, into Sangalan. Let's try this again. Let's bring Badaic bozos. That's the correct kind. Yelamane is a little... So we're going to need to replace 6 over here, or however much we move. 5. Okay, so into Yelamane, let's bring in 5 from various places. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, there we go. Okay, now we can colonize this. Move them all here. Move them from Sangalan. Alright, colonize this. Move them all here. Move them from Labe. That's the gold mine as well, or the gold tile as well. Oh, I need a little bit more. Oh yeah, this place is huge. Oh boy. Hold on. More Badaic bozos are needed. Actually, I can also remove these 2 Malinikes elsewhere. Move them up here. Move them from Timbo. There we go. That's enough. All right, set them up in Timbuktu. That's a fun name. All right, then into Timbuktu. Let's send over the Bozo squad from Timbo. There we go, into Kula. Alright, there we go. We also got making gains. Once again, unplanned mission completion right there. Province of Bambuk gains. Occupation welcomed for 20 years. I believe that's 20 years. Local tax plus 15%, and province happiness plus 10%, and a claim on Sero for what that's worth. Then annex Sero. This is, I don't know why it was targeting this, but loyalty gain in Sero, that's actually very nice given its low loyalty, and it's a little bit of extra popularity than what we need, but I will take it. Alright. This one here, we just need to colonize this, which I will actually just do right now while I'm thinking about it. Into Busura. Let's see here. I don't have a lot of bozos around here, so let's be careful about this. I just need 4 bozos. No, I need 5 bozos total for this to work. 5 Bedaic bozos. So we got 1. We've got 1. Alright, that's not the best start. I think I may just bring the Bedaic bozos from down here up. I guess this works. Alright, move them from Kula. Let's find them. Where's my Bedaic bozo? Actually, they're in Timbuktu still. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then move them into Ndama from Yimbering. This is why I have this big fortune built up, is for this exact kind of micro. Alright, Yimbering. They're there. And then into Saran. Actually, let's move them into... Oh, hold on. Let me wait for one day. There we go. Now that's been updated. I can move them here. Alright. Actually, let me move them to here where it's a little bit better. Well... This will be a farm eventually, so I may as well... Actually, it's a farm right now. Let me move them here, actually. This is better. Alright, Bedaic bozo. There we go. Alright. And that is this part of the Mali region fully secure. There is still the southern part that we're going to get to later, I think, this episode, but that's a good start. Alright. This requires 5 or more territories in the province of Indama to have a dominant Bedaic religion. That's going to take a second to get set up there. Let's come back to that in a bit. Okay, but now that I've done this, let's go ahead and actually get into our territory management here. So, first of all, in terms of the policies, everyone here is fairly happy. Why is this the case? These guys are actually largely my culture group, which is interesting. They're the wrong religion, but they are my culture group. The Fula people are not my culture group, but they're not the majority here. Pretty good stuff, actually. So yeah, I think all these places I'm going to switch into conversion. Yeah. That all looks good to me. Alright, so as for Bambuk, let me take a quick look at all the territories. Looking for any stray buildings. I can get rid of. Right, barracks can go. Tribal settlement can go. It can go as well. Provincial legation can go. Now, is Kadugu going to actually stay the capital? It's not actually the worst spot for a capital. It is a little close to Nafati, but it's not actually in a terrible spot. Timbo is the right distance from Kita. It's also the right distance from Nafati. It's also plains on the river. Actually, is there any farmland in this whole region? Or in this province? Probably not. This province is split by this forest in the middle. I could have Timbo and Kadugu be cities. I think Timbo is in a slightly better spot in terms of its coverage with it being on like my border. But Kadugu has the advantage of already being the capital and already being fortified. So it's not like it's like a terrible spot to have that. If it was Warasabe, it'd be a little better positioned compared to both Nafati and Diakon. But Warasabe may also not make sense for the other spots. Let me wait and see. Switching it from Kadugu to Warasabe might be a little extra for what I need. And that would only really make sense if I wanted to make Timbo the capital and downgrade this one to like the second city. But let's come back to it. Okay, over here in the Ndama territory. The Ndama tile, it's nice to have it be the name of the province, but it's in a weird spot. It's right on the border. It is plains on the river, so that's a good start. Actually, let me first go around and get rid of any buildings that I know for sure I'm not going to need. This will for sure not be the capital. This is not on the river, so this will probably not be the capital either. I'm going to presume it's not going to be the capital and destroy the fort. Alright, this barracks can go. Farm possibly stays. Slave estate goes. This farm stays. I colonize that. And this tribal settlement will go. Alright, so with so the obvious location here for the capital of the province to me is Akes, because it's in the middle of the province, has great coverage over the province, lines up perfectly with the impassable. It's the right distance from Bundu. It's actually also the right distance from Kantor, though Kantor's not actually going to be the capital. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, let me just quickly do this. I'm just going to move it right now. I know it's disloyal. I'm working on it, but I need this to be fortified. I can't deal with this anymore. Yeah, this is now hopefully forever. No more capital movement over here ever again, please. But yeah, just do that there. Yeah, so this is the right distance from Bundu is the key thing. It would also be the right distance from Kadugu if I kept it in Kadugu. This would actually make Warasabe a worse location for the capital, so there's that. I could still have Timbo become the capital, or become a city along with Kadugu. I don't need one or the other. It would just make a little bit more sense with Warasabe because it's further away, but this is still fine. Let's see, is this on the river? It is on the river. It looked like it is, but you can never tell anymore. I say anymore like I'm an old man. I am an old man, but you know what I mean. I think Akes makes the most sense. It also just sort of looks the best for the location in the province. So, okay, Akes, Kadugu, and then I make Timbo a fort as well, and eventually a city, just for coverage of my frontier. I think I'd probably do that. And then I rode around with that plan in mind. And then obviously Nafati I'm happy with over here. Nafati is close to Kadugu. That's the last thing, though, to consider is this a little too close? I don't think it's the end of the world. They're both good tiles for what I'm looking for. And there's some weird terrain I'm working around over here. I think this is probably fine. I'm also not 100% sure with this territory down here how I'm going to end up structuring like where I'll put my city. So I sort of, the Timbo location being a city also may or may not happen depending on how I handle the stuff down here. This looks like a pretty rough province to work with, to be honest. There's no rivers here at all. It's mostly dry plains. I guess I can kind of preemptively speculate where I'd put the capital down here. This is another one interrupted by this forest. If I had Timbo as a city as well, then Confara kind of looks good, because it's the right distance from Timbo. This is getting pretty far from my other cities, but the way well, hold on. Then there's there's more Gene stuff down here that I need to think about as well. I may wait to figure that out until I have more of this to then plan out like where everything will be. Let me hold off on fortifying Timbo for now. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like a solid spot, but I'm not going to overcommit. And then let me go ahead now and destroy that. Set up Akes as the capital. I'll lose one sheep farm. That's completely fine. This is a good location for the capital. And I will relocate the capital here. Alright, I'm happy with this. Look at that. Timbuktu Republic's looking nice and rotund. Love to see it. Alright, and then, you know what? I have a lot of PI now because I did that event. So let me go ahead before the oligarchs have a chance to force me to change my law. Let me go ahead and promote Timbuktu to a metropolis. Upgrading a city to a metropolis will not destroy any of its buildings. After a period of reduced output, a metropolis will be constructed. Here we go. 400 gold, 100 PI. I want to grow Timbuktu into a metropolis. Yes. Alright, what's my timeline on this? It's going to be 2 years, which is a very fast construction. It's the same as a city as well. But this will also upgrade the sanctuary to like a full temple. and give me more bonuses and more slots. I don't remember what the Metropolis modifiers are, but I think it's probably going to be pretty good, so let's wait and see what happens with that. And then I actually think I have enough PI now I can save for the Divine Sacrifice when that's coming up in a couple of, in about a year at this point. I think we're looking good now to go ahead and unpause and continue. These guys will be ready in about half a year, so December we'll get to roading. And yeah, I think I'll wait to do the war down here for next episode so that I have a little bit of manpower recovery. No need to push it. I mean, this will be 2 wars, unless they combine their leagues, which would be clever of them, but I don't think they're going to do that. Alright. Did Adama just hire more mercenaries? What are they doing? A little late to the party for that one, but okay. Sell off our vegetables. Also, let me check and see, do I have any new resources available I should seek out? Actually, let me wait, because that'll probably update when my population grows. Oh my gosh. Ah. Lots of stuff to sell, lots of people. Also, I should not overlook that I do have more gold. Where was the gold? The hides is already taken care of. Hold on. I was just literally looking at it a moment ago. Oh yeah, it's down here. Oh, you know what? Kadugu is actually a gold tile. I just noticed that. I think that actually might be... That might actually be enough of a concern, because I don't want to use it as a city if it's a gold tile. I think I may actually move the capital to Timbo after all. I just noticed that it's a gold tile. I should have double-checked that earlier, but I'm noticing it now, so, you know, it is what it is. So, okay, now we return to the question of, do I set up Wara Saba after all? It's close to Akes. It is the right distance from Diakon. This sort of fits the structure, you know, the same. Wara Saba versus Timbo is the real question here. I think I probably do set it up in Wara Saba. I think it like fits up here a little better. I don't feel comfortable setting up well, hold on. I could set up Timbo and just not road around it, because I'm not sure yet where... I guess the question is, because Wara Saba and Timbo will both be cities, but which one will be the capital is the question. Because I want to road around the capital first. I think Wara Saba as a territory, like they're both basically the same. They both have the same qualities. I think I'd rather have man, it's really awkward. Let me think about this for a minute. Alright. I'm gonna make Timbo the capital, actually. Well, I didn't change this earlier, it would have been a waste. Make Timbo the capital. I'm gonna fortify Timbo and defortify. This was a fort already, so I didn't build the fort there. Defortify that. Yeah, and then I'm going to ignore Timbo for roading purposes until I war over here, and I know where my roads need to be down here, so I'm not building road networks that don't make sense for that. But yeah. And then up here, I'll just road, assuming Wara Saba will be a city later on. I'm not going to fortify it right now, because there's no need to do that much for an area like this. But yeah, that settles that. And then I can go ahead and build these mines and get the slave micro set up once they're finished. All right, there we go. Got more. Oh my gosh. We're at almost 60 now. That's pretty good. It's gonna get there pretty soon, I think. All right. We're looking at December 2nd. All right. Got the Rome 1 music in the background. Love that. Is this Rome 1 music? I think it is. It sounds good, so it makes me think it's Rome 1 music, but that might be circular reasoning. I'm pretty sure this is Rome 1 music. Alright, save my resources. Here we go. I knew this was coming. Oligarchic legislation. The oligarchs have come to dominate the Timbuktuan assembly for the moment, and now boldly demand that a law benefiting their supporters be approved. Only a veto of our Archon could confound their legislative efforts. Okay, so I definitely don't want to lose 50 approval with them. That would be a... Yeah, things have rebalanced a lot over the course of the episode, so that's good. But it means I definitely don't want to do this, which means I'm going to have to gain 10 approval for sort of no benefit and have to spend some resources to change the law back. These changes are long overdue. Yeah. All right. Definitely not going to be... Yeah, that's a huge loss to my economy, but never fear. We're just going to change it back right away. All right, so it's going to be 15 stability and 35, which I actually have exactly 35 right now. This will put a Pirate Haven in one of my ports, which I don't think will actually do anything. I only have one port right now. And the oligarchs don't like this, trads do like this, and Democrats don't like this. Switch it back. All right, institute the wealth levy. All right. Now, will the oligarchs still give me the event where they congratulate me for doing what they want? We'll see. Our current Archon Nyakata heads both the Zabarima dynasty and the oligarchs faction in the assembly, garnering him a reputation for putting his own family's interests ahead of the state's in important matters. Lambu, who is the rising traditionalist tribune of the Soldier Star, is an equally prominent politician representing the Trads clique and has brought her accusations of nepotism and corruption involving the Zabarima fold to the floor of the assembly, citing their dominance as a threat to the Republic. Wow, actual valid criticism of my absurd, corrupt oligarchic republic coming from this character. She really is a rising star. She knows what she's talking about. All right, let's see here. I mean, this isn't great. Definitely not great. Is this going to trigger or what? Oh, we'll see. Maybe I should have waited to change the law back. That may have been a mistake. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let's see. This is better than this, that's for sure. I don't want to lose loyalty on all those characters. All right, I'll eat the cost. All right, come on, oligarchs. Thank me for changing the law. Please do it, please. Don't make me deal with this a second time. I think I may have... it's possible I may have screwed myself. Although sometimes this event takes like a month or two to kind of catch up, so we'll wait and see what happens. If it doesn't count because I changed the law back too quickly, that'd be kind of funny if the game recognized that that's what happened and punishes me accordingly, but we'll see what happens. Also, I think my levy is ready to go. They are ready to go. Our maintenance is on low. We're back up to the full economy. All right, let's get to it. Let's split in half. All right, first I'm gonna have you road from Kita up to Diakon. It goes straight through Nafati. That's perfect. I guess this is the fastest route. That looks good to me, because then we can road from here. Actually, we don't need to do... well, maybe we do. We'll see. Do that right there. And then you... if I was going to Timbo, that would be the route. Let me actually go up to Nafati, and then road from Nafati down to Timbo from up here, because this is a route I definitely want to get. All the roads over here I'm going to wait on until I know for sure where everything lines up. Alright, oligarchs may just not count me changing the law when they asked me to, because I did it, and then I backtracked immediately. Accountability for my political machinations? Hard to fathom, but it might be the case. We'll see. I'm not getting the event, so maybe. Oh, hold on, wait, I guess, okay, I'm actually okay with this weird compromise. I didn't get the event, but I did actually get the objective to clear. So I'm going to consider this a win. We're going to call this a victory for the forces of laziness and opportunism. That's what republics are run by, you know. All right, let's go ahead and build a road from here down to Timbo. This is the route it goes by, and then I'll connect up through here probably to get around the forest. All right, there we go. I am now completely out of PI, though, just in time for my Divine Sacrifices to run out, so that's perfect. So I'll try my best. Mysterious Sawagan died at the age of 79. Tribute to the people, head of the friend of the head of the Sawari family. He was the head of the Sawagan family. Rest in peace, Masiri. Even though your main episode as the Otacon was only a partial episode because of that recording situation, still a legendary character for the Timbuktu campaign. Longtime governor and general. Interesting character given his eye patch and situation. So, rest in peace, Masiri. You will be missed, an actual elder statesman of the Republic. All right. We need any tribute to the people. Let's go ahead and assign. Let's put in. I don't really want to put Fanta back in. Let's put Zainab as Sawagan with her super high loyalty. Build some statesmanship on her. That's fine. All right, looks good. Back above 0 PI. It's a good place to be. Got away with that just about. Whew. Okay. Alright. We've got barbs up here. And bad research ratio. Ooh, oh my gosh. We do have bad research ratio. What in the world? Things really took a nosedive there. It must be because of all the additional. Yeah, it's all the new pops we did. We took a lot of population in that war. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely took a lot of population in that war. So things are gonna need to recover for a little while. That's fair. This was a lot of expansion very quickly, so research needs to catch up. I guess we're not gonna get our tech upgrades this episode after all. That's fine. Long term, this is ultimately going to empower us more than if we sat around playing tall all campaign. Alright, there we go. And then from here, goes through the forest right now, but let me build this road around the forest first. Then we'll revisit the idea. What I might do as well is build a triangle here, and road up through here. Well, hold on. This is still faster like this. I guess from here, this would be the route. Maybe a road through this forest is actually justifiable. It's only one forest. I like to avoid roading through forests if possible, but I could definitely see this Timbo to Akess likely is fastest going direct like this as opposed to going all the way around. I think this is one of the times that a forest road is actually called for. It's realistic. This would be the way the road would be built. I just try to avoid roads that don't look realistic, but with this game's road system, you kind of have to, you know, bite the bullet sometimes. You have very little control over how the roads render on the actual game map. Plus, this is modded territory, so the way the roads are rendering is even more open to being kind of goofy, you know, so gotta work with what you got here. All right. Connections continue to form all over the place. All right. This road is done. All right, good. So that is all connected up. This is now faster, so I'm not going to bother making a shortcut over here. It might be a little faster, but this is still faster than going direct, so that's what I care about. Yeah, that is as well. Okay, from here, then it just circles around. Okay, so this circle here is fine for now. I may come back later and add more roads, but this is fine for now. All right, good. Okay, you, if I was in Bale, is it? Okay, it's still faster to go like that. Okay, yeah, we're good. I think I've checked all that before. Let's head over here and road over from this side. Let's go to Bundu. I guess one question is it worthwhile to build a shortcut here? I guess not literally, because we're not taking the shortcut with the road, so it's not going to be like a lot faster. So let's head over here. Get to roading. The other reason, I just realized the reason why we lost so much research is because of our stability hit. That's the real, like, serious reason we lost a lot of research. I really need to get Divine Sacrifices going ASAP. I'm going to save all my PI for that. Yeah, definitely need to get that stability back up. Or if we could get a stability event, that'd be pretty cool. But after last episode, I'm not going to blame the game if it takes some time to get me some of those. I've been I've been getting a lot of stability events very freely. So okay, so this is going to be like that. That looks good to me. Build the road down to a Kess from here. And then from there, we'll revisit the idea and see if there's any other connections that need to be made. Good. Syracuse wants my vegetables. Huh? Oh, hold on. I think I may have said that these guys were Gauls before. Was Tuscia being attacked by the Senones, or was it by Selinus, which would be a bit less crazy? How's Tuscia doing, by the way? Lucre Curinas. Look at this guy. Okay. Interesting. Pydna is being obliterated by Thracia, of all people. Okay. Some real goofy stuff happening, but out here things are looking a bit more normal. Still very scared of Egypt, but they are currently fighting Media. Okay. Not sure how that came to be, but go for it. They're fighting Sebastia. Oh, Sebastia must be like a feudatory, or they're an ally. Okay. Interesting. Alright, I'll trade with these guys. Right, there we go. Okay, so from here, to get up to Diakon, it does take the shortcut. I think it probably makes sense to build this road connection like this. Yeah, that's a reasonable road connection to make. I'm doing it from here. I may end up making kind of a circle of road connections around here, just for more mobility. Let me set that up first, actually, while I'm waiting for these other guys to show up. Actually, you know what? They can do it when they arrive. Let me get this road going to Diakon. And this will set up Warasabe as an eventual city location as well. This will connect this up. Almost there. Good to go now. Alright, I guess here's the thing. From Bundu to a Kess. This direct connection's probably, like, because from Bundu, this is already faster, although once this is built, this may become faster. We'll see once it's built. I may hold off on making the circle thing, because it's going to look a little goofy. Yeah. You actually... Let's see. Any other roads I want to build around here? That is already connected up. That's already connected up. I kind of wouldn't mind building one more port city over here, but there's just not anywhere good for that. So maybe not. Can I build another city like up here somewhere? That'd be kind of interesting. This may be a problem. Let's see. Nothing really that valuable up there. I think I may not really need to do any more with this army. Let's just have them hang out here. I guess I could go around desecrating some random holy sites. I don't really think it's that big of a deal to have some of these, like, wrong religion holy sites lingering around. They're benefiting the tile, you know, like it's not that big of a deal to leave them there. Yeah, let's just wait. Let's just finish this road and then take stock. I don't need to use both my roading forces at the same time, necessarily. Let me go around to here and then maybe road backwards just to speed it up, I suppose. All right, almost there. An influential family. Fanta of the renowned Celebele family has deigned to offer us the support of her family's vast network of contacts in a bid to better reorganize our bureaucratic system. It is curious that she should approach us now. Indeed, some might wonder what the aim of this offer really might be. She only asked that we issue a proclamation of extreme gratitude for the loyalty of the family Celebele. Ooh. That is actually quite good for 5 years. I'm going to go for this. I don't know what funny business the Celebeles are thinking of doing, but they can go right for it for that kind of loyalty bonus. The governor policy cost thing is nice, but the loyalty bonus is very, very good. Well, why not? That definitely helps across the whole nation. This should now... Yeah, this is now actually under control. Perfect. Geta Bolsa died, head of the Bolsa family. Right, rest in peace. Geta. Who's the new Bolsa head? Let's see. It is Dulugu Bolsa. I don't recognize this guy, but alright. Welcome to the family head position. There. You go to there and then road backwards. Speed it up slightly. Alright. Manpower recovery is looking really good. I'm still going to wait for next episode to go to war in the south. But I'll lower my levy and give them a chance to rest and recover for a little while. A voice behind bars. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to sell all those nobles. I meant 0 tyranny. Whoops, okay. Micro mistake, but I will fix this shortly. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just... what? Alright, you know what? I'll lose popularity on Niakata. I should have noticed this. This is an annoying mistake. Alright. Well, now that she's done that, let's go ahead and take care of this. So let's go ahead and do the usual. Right, 9 we sell. What about you? 5, I'm going to release. Go through with all of these guys. 11, that's a sale. 8.50 is high enough. I'll release you. Sell you. I'll release you. I'll release you. Basically 8 and below I'm going to release. I'll sell you. Sell you. Or I mean 8 and above I sell. Below 8 I release is what I should have said. Through all of them here, just one by one. Huh? Okay. Alright. I don't know why he's on the list, but... Alright. I don't know why you're on the list either. Maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe they just are staying around because they have nowhere to go. Yeah, the people aren't releasing. Actually, that's probably what's going on. I haven't done this mechanic in such a long time. Forgot how it works. Alright, so you. Almost done. Release you. Sell you, and you are... Oh, you're doing a release. And you, missed you before, sell you. Okay, now we have some tyranny to lose. Not very efficient, but you know what? Why not? Have some tyranny to lose some tyranny. And this helps our economy a little bit as well. Doesn't hurt. Trade route up here, alright. What can we get? Let's see. What do we lose, actually? I can never keep track of it. Didn't have papyrus before. Don't think we had glass before. Glass surplus, I mean. Don't think we had wood surplus. I definitely want gold surplus. I'm going to cancel one of my gold trades from Timbuktu, so I have gold surplus. Trade good. Wait, hold on. I got the wrong. Here we go. I want to keep the gold surplus for sure. Alright, and then what do I want now? Let's see. Got the CK2 music in the background now. Love CK2 music. I probably want honey, actually. Yeah, let me get honey. It's the most valuable resource I can reach right now. Get Median honey. Alright. But you know what? I am slacking today. Fine sacrifice, please. Thank you. In fairness to myself, I am ill. Alright, let's go ahead and probably lower everyone. But let me first... Did they gain strength? What? Okay. Is there any reason to build this loop right now? Not until this place is a city. I mean, I guess I could just quickly make this little loop here. It's not that inefficient to add that there. Yeah, it does seem to make sense. Yeah, let's just do that really quick. Come down here, and then we'll build this little loop through the gold mine. Then we'll be good to go. Then we'll lower the levy and move on with our lives. June. Fortress over here is done. Very nice. Alright, there we go. That looks good to me. Again, some sort of shortcut over here is probably warranted, but for now, this looks This looks pretty good to me. Alright, lower the Ghana levy. We're 4 months away. Okay. Probably keep it lowered until next episode now. Alright. These will finish, though, in about a year. This one will finish, actually, in about a couple months. Alright, yeah, we're looking way, way, way better now in research. That's really good. Okay, so I think it may have been the loss of the citizen happiness also contributed. Like, the swinging here is really extreme. I sort of don't know what to make of that, but okay, I'm going to keep it off of harsh taxation until we're above 150 again. Oh, you know what, also another trade route. Okay, iron might be pretty good for the local tax, but let's wait and see what else we have. We can get for surplus bonuses. Yeah, probably iron is the best. Yeah, let me go for iron. More Median iron. Senti wants my gold. Not the Timbuktu gold. I'm gonna decline. Why am I... Don't I have the surplus? Oh, hold on, wait. Now I have another gold? Huh? Oh, for some reason I stopped producing one extra gold for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why that happened, but I guess I can sell the Timbuktu gold now, and it's not going to be a problem. Alright, well, next time someone asks me, I will do it. Dara Sawari suggested a small addendum to an often referenced law pertaining to the rights of the common folk. It should only be a small assembly effort to push this through the assembly. Yes, 10 PI for 6 stability. Absolutely, yes please. I will take it. Yeah, okay, I'll trade with Busa now. Brings me up to 56. On the tick, let's take a look at our research and see how... Oh, speaking of gold, actually, let's get these mines filled up. Promotion in these mines. It's not... Hold on, that's not a mine tile. Here we go. And then this one down here is the other spot. Okay, let's get these places peopled up here. So we need 12, and we need 12. So we're at 3 and 3. All right, let's get to it. Just whoever we can find to come in here. We're gonna definitely need some more people. Alright, these guys will demote, but until then, bring in whoever we can. We're gonna need 6 more. Let's set up 6 over here. 1, 2... Okay, I can bring the bozos actually over. 3, 4, 5, 6. And here from Sangalan. There we go. That's 2 more copies of gold. Now this place I may actually switch onto the trade policy as well, because of it's going to be exporting 2 sets of gold, which is probably enough to make it worthwhile. It's actually already exporting 1 set of gold as well. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to actually change this now. It's also really cheap right now. To encourage trade. 25%. Wow, okay. Alright, people. Purchase my gold, please. I've got gold to sell, believe it or not. I am Timbuktu. I don't know what you expected. Trade with these guys. What on earth is happening up here? Mauritania is beating Carthage? Love to see it. Oh my god, I just realized this isn't uncommon. Mauritania owns this? Damn, Morocco's going crazy. I've never seen Mauritania do this before. What on earth? How did they do this? Okay, Mauritania. Oh my god, Mauritania's crashing out. Look at this. They're fighting everybody. Mauritania's battling for control of Northwest Africa. Do we have a possible Mauritania rivalry in our future? Okay. I was not expecting that. I've not been paying attention to Mauritania at all, but yeah, this is wild. What is going on up there? Okay. Anyways, let's trade with Abdurat as well. Sure. That brings us up to 59.68. Again, we're just hovering around that 60 gold area, but we're not quite there. What we are at, though, is 150% research efficiency, which means I can now definitely get to 60 with harsh taxation. 61.80, that brings us to 130. I'm happy with that for harsh taxation. That's pretty good. All right. And our road networks are looking great. Things are going all according to plan. I kind of wish I did these roads a bit differently in retrospect, but I'm working like over here. Okay, in fairness to what I did over here, this weird road network that I built, mostly during the missing footage from the previous episode, was to get around impassable terrain and bad terrain for roads. So it looks really weird, but it is actually technically the best way to do it, given the terrain I'm working around. So I'm gonna be understanding towards myself about my roading decision making. Okay, we are still expecting Lambu Kamara to come in as the Archon next. I'm very happy with that. Having Trads come in will also help with our Omen. Ooh, some sad news indeed. Fontetilla Belly, the soldier, died of an advanced stages of a venereal disease at the age of 82. Head of the Tilabella family and wife of the head of the Banu family. Rest in peace, Fontetilla Belly. That is, once again, an actual, like very elder statesman, very important character for much of this campaign. We've had Fontetilla Belli for a very, very long time, and it's sad to see her go. Rest in peace, Fonta. Actual legendary Timbuktuian politician right here. And every episode we're basically seeing more and more legends die off, but that's how it goes with a campaign like this. Rest in peace, Fonta Chielabelli. Alright. Yeah, she wasn't an officer. Was she the Chielabelli head? She might have been. Who's the new head? Lorraine Chielabelli, okay. Ooh. What would you take? That's a lot to take. No. That's probably fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah. I think if Barb's, like, destroyed buildings, I'd be more concerned, because that's my gold mines are down there. But they're just going to add population. It's not the end of the world. I do wish that the Barb system was a bit more impactful, given how in my campaigns I've often, like, reached a point of just kind of, like, being nonchalant about it. But, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Right, I'm going to save my PI now. A feast for Shin Yunbu, we the people of Joloff can't decide if they love or hate this guy. The residents of Ogo are holding a celebration in honor of their much-loved governor, Shinyubu Nalirigu, but renowned for his beneficence, tolerance, and common sense. It's nice to see our approved candidates validated in such a way. Yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and have Ogo get 2 years of celebration, and Shinyubu gain some popularity and some prominence. Go for it. Alright, let's see. Still got some Barb action up there, but no need to mess around with that right now. Economy's looking very, very good. Actually, these guys come and siege Kita, I may have to react. Although they're about to be a little too weak to... Well, not quite, but they might become too weak. We'll see. Alright, well, I do have some... I don't have enough to do it right now, but do I want to actually change any more policies? When's my civic advance gonna hit 9? It's pretty soon, right? Yeah, actually, it is very soon. Maybe I'll wait for that, but... I think Deny Priest and Senate is required at this point. I'm doing a lot of conversion right now, and once I convert everybody, things will start to really ramp up. Like, the snowball effect of really converting and assimilating all of this territory that's not Bozo and is not Badaic is going to really power up my core in a crazy way. So that will pay for itself in a serious way. But let me wait and see what we are looking at here. Just a couple more months. Number 3, I think this is the first time we've been at number 3 above Pidna for quite a while. We're below, as expected, Parava and Dravida. These guys are just in a league of their own, but we have really risen. We're actually quite a bit above Pidna right now. Pidna's kind of struggling. They're getting kicked around by Thrakia and Serdia, of all people. Okay. What is going on over here? What is this? Huh? Oh my gosh, look at this. Have this giant core around Pydna and a guy. I mean, they are Pydna, so it does make sense that they'd have a lot of infrastructure around here. I also control most of northern Hellas. Sparta is still clinging on down here. Okay, good for them. Any other funny things going on in the world? We got big Bactria. That's kind of alarming. I don't know about that. I don't know if Bactria has a unique mission tree in this mod. I mean, this is pre-Hellenic Bactria. This is like native Bactria, so they may have their own unique mission tree, but big Bactria is definitely a little bit alarming. Although most of this land is not very high quality. Chaldea, though, is another story altogether. I'm surprised they're not actually higher on... They're not even on the list at all. Wow, okay. They must have some pretty bad instability problems, but they're dealing with the famously difficult to govern in this game, kind of Tigris-Euphrates area, which is just so much going on, so yeah, who knows exactly what the deal is. Alright. Anyways. These guys are still my tribal vassal, yep. I kind of want them to promote themselves to my... Oh, I have another... Oh, hold on. It has promoted to a... yeah. It's promoted to a metropolis, and it didn't give me a notification about that. Yeah, metropolis of Timbuktu. Look at that. Okay. I thought I'd get a pop-up. Maybe I'm going to get the pop-up in a bit, but we have another trade route now, probably because of its metropolis status. Can I see? Here we go. Yeah, so pop capacities are way, way higher. We got 2 more building slots, another trade route. Actually, this might be where we got that other gold production from, was it becoming a metropolis, and a bunch of other modifiers there. Pretty good stuff. I guess while I still have the oligarchs in charge, I should do more construction. I could build another aqueduct, but I don't think I need one quite yet. Instead, let me press my advantage here with, do I build more, even more libraries? I could get a lot of value from some training camps, but like the research value here is so enormous with all these extremely happy nobles and citizens. I think I do... At some point there is a question of diminishing returns. Although the way this is coded doesn't actually create diminishing returns. Let me think about this for a minute. I definitely don't want to mess around with the ratio, so I'm not going to do any forums or mills. Tax office would give me more civ level, although most buildings give me civ level, and the actual tax benefit's not amazing. Training camp would obviously give me more manpower. I don't feel like manpower is a super key resource I'm missing out on, but the amount of manpower I get is so absurd. 23 manpower. Assuming that that's actually true, I don't think it actually means 23 up here. I think it's going to be recalculated, so it's a little bit less than that, but would still be a big boost. Marketplaces, though, could really be a game changer in terms of more trade routes. And as my population, because so much of my trade route strength is coming from pops, that marketplaces will be better and better later on. Granary is not even necessary. Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to building more aqueducts too. Also, by the way, I like how the graphics of Timbuktu have actually changed to have the fancier building style because it's now a metropolis. That's really cool. It's kind of subtle, but you can, like, compare it to, like, Tiabu, where there's only a couple of the, like, higher, sort of fancier looking buildings. Timbuktu is like it's like a genuine metropolis for the era, right? Yeah, look at that. But yeah, I think libraries remain the best option. I think what I do is I build, because I'll gain more building capacity from more pops, yeah. So I'll be able to get more aqueducts without needing to destroy building. Let me build 2 libraries. I'm going all out. I do eventually need to get some of this stuff, but I don't have any of the actual text to allow that yet. I can also add one more thing to my thing here. I don't have any more treasures I can use. Is there anything out there I can like retrieve that I really care about? Not really. Nothing amazing that I'd want to go and retrieve, honestly. I think that's fine. Alright. Alright, Tiabu has some more room. Let me just spend my money right now while I have this build cost reduction. Let me get those Courts of Laws set up. In fact, let me go ahead and actually destroy the library so I can get 3 Courts of Laws immediately. Actually, I probably didn't need to destroy the library. I could have added more pops via slavery to Tiabu, but it's fine. I might also actually start setting up Aganaga Fall as a city location now. I mean, may as well. Let's build a fortress there, just to be thorough. And then Gundam. And then I'll also go ahead and actually do the promote to city once I have more PI to throw around. I don't really have that right now. Gundam, let us build the 3 Courts of Laws. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually get both of these up to 20 population as well, just preemptively. Move them from places that I'm happy to move people from. I don't know why I phrased it like that. That's super obvious. I don't have a lot of extra population lingering around here. How about up here in Kolima? This place probably has some extra pops. Oh, yeah. Well, Arawan, I don't want to depopulate. Walata, I don't need people there. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then into Gundam. Let's bring in from Esakane basically all of these people. Alright, 18 pop. I guess that's probably enough. That's probably all I can do for now. Just so they have people to promote up. I could move some people from Timbuktu. I don't need all these slaves here. Some of them are promoting still, but those are mostly going to be the actual freemen promoting up. So let me actually move some of the Timbuktu slaves out. Let me boost up Gundam with 2 Timbuktu slaves. Alright. So 1 more building slot. Let us grab a library then. Then into Tiabu. Let's move from Timbuktu as well. Are we going to lose any building slots? As long as I don't lose building slots, I can keep depleting out of Timbuktu a little bit. Just need 2 more. Alright. Okay, now we've lost 1 building slot. We will... let me move the pop back, I think. Let me move the pop actually from there. Yeah. Okay, let me move a few pops from Bear just to be on the safe side. And then Tiabu can now have... I'm actually out of money now, but I will rebuild the library in Tiabu once I have more money. Okay, there we go. We've bolstered our urban core a little bit there. I think that's good to do that kind of investment. Yeah. Timbuktu is probably one of the best cities I've like kind of planned out and set up so far. Religious advances, 1% omen power, which is amazing because it's a dry farmland tile, so it's really like not as good as it even could be, but I'm pretty happy with it, obviously. Alright, now I said before, actually I don't remember if I said this in the stuff that's on footage or not, but I was planning to go to grab a quick march and go through here, because this also gives me fort maintenance reduction, but I'm actually kind of thinking about taking a pivot over and getting some more stuff over here. Some of this pop conversion stuff might be good to get, just because of how much I'm focusing on it. And in particular, grabbing public slavery in order to... this allows me to imprison people for a few more reasons without any penalty, which isn't, you know, the game changer for this campaign. But slave output 3% is nice for the tax economy. And then I can get religious assimilation for 10% pop conversion speed, which I think would be worth grabbing just by itself. There's some other stuff I don't want to overlook, but I think getting this would be quite nice. Let me go ahead and grab public slavery. Slaves owned by the state were championed by various regimes. In Rome, a servus publicus would perform one of a number of civic duties, ranging from basic servile tasks to menial bureaucratic work. Alright, and then very soon, actually, just a couple months, we're going to be able to grab religious assimilation. Given how much conversion I'm actually doing right now across all my provinces, I think it is worthwhile to have that kind of focus. Pangagri Banu died of natural causes. A very, very old 94 head of the Banu family. I haven't noticed this character before, but rest in peace to Pangangri Banu, who's the new Banu head. It is Sambu Banu. I don't recognize you either, but alright, sure. Sounds fine. You are still planning to come in, so that's good. Alright, actually, hold on. Okay, yeah. Democrats are regaining in strength, but we still have pretty good Senate support overall, so not too concerned. Oh yeah, I didn't even do the import. I got so distracted I forgot about the import that I was looking at. Let's see. I feel like if I had a little bit more dip range, I could reach a little further. I mean, that goes without saying, but I feel like I could reach some more resources a little further away. That also kind of goes without saying, but you know what I'm trying to say, hopefully. I guess I could go for step horses and possibly get horse archers in my legions. I feel like that's really risky to rely on a resource we're importing like that, but technically it would, you know, be feasible. I may as well grab this while I have the chance, as opposed to just regular horses. That being said, let me go for regular horses just because I would also like to have access to these unit types for... Well, that being said again, camels for the camel cavalry bonus, or the camel cavalry unit type. It also fits better with my build. But in terms of what I want for now, probably just... Let's see. Probably wine, actually, for the value. Yeah, we'll come back to the Legion resources later. Alright, barbs are at it again. That's fine. Okay. Manpower's looking very, very, very strong right now. 12.3k manpower, 100 manpower per month. 61 gold now per month as well. Alright, let's start to loosely plan out our war here. So, who are we going to fight first, I guess, is the question. Kadi Sankara died in Flagrante Delito at the age of 83. Good for her, honestly. Head of the Sankara family. Who's our new Sankara head? That would be this guy here, Borgo Sankara. I don't recognize him either, but I don't recognize most things. That is the consequence of not being very smart. I'm just kidding, I'm pretty smart. But I feel like I have like the kind of intelligence where I am very, very smart about certain things, but then on other things I'm very clueless, and it's really funny how that happens sometimes. But anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, the Sankara family. Yeah. Oh yeah, the wars. So I could either attack this Eastern defensive block or this Western alliance block that have claims on both directions. I think I may want to attack the Western alliance block first, because then in the war against the Easterners, I'd be able to isolate the Khitan Revolt, who's in the Eastern block, despite being up here. I think that probably makes the most sense. Yeah. And then I'll leave behind people with territory in Guinea for later, and just kind of clean things up. And I'll do this all next episode, but I can start to kind of loosely plan it out in my mind. Oratory advance, country civil plus 0.50%. Very nice. Let's go ahead and grab religious assimilation. The practice of integrating foreign beliefs into the pantheistic structure of the Roman religion made it much easier to assimilate distrustful foreigners into the Republic. All right, very good. Now, let's see. Is there anything else over here I really want to get that badly? This is kind of interesting. I don't think have my mercenaries ever been bribed off by other AIs? I know players can do it in multiplayer, but I'm not sure if I've ever had mercs that have been bribed by an AI. It may have happened before, but I don't remember it offhand. Recruit mercenary cost reduction is really nice, and manpower recovery speed is obviously pretty good, but I don't think this is a critical tech for us to go for. This is obviously fine. This is fine. These things are both pretty good, but I think now that we've grabbed conversion speed, we probably want to pivot over elsewhere. Let's see. Build cost reduction, that would save a lot of money in the long run. I could also make that choice between urban and rural planning. I think urban planning is probably better for this campaign. Rural planning can be really powerful if you really plan to take full advantage of it, but I'm going to go for a very urbanized late game strategy. So urban planning is probably the way to go. Probably want to finally start dipping my toe into the economic tree over here, which will really overcharge my economy once I get some of these techs going. Basically, all of these are going to be good for my strategy. And there's more research efficiency down here. I think I need to keep looking for research efficiency bonuses everywhere that I go, essentially. All right. Let's keep at it. I'm going to save my resources for the transition. We'll see what I can spend it on, but I'm sure I'll find something that can be... That's a pretty likely outcome, for sure. You know, I also should go ahead and get a library going while I have the bonus for build cost reduction. Any other city projects I want to build while I have that bonus as well? Just look around. Untiring Devotion, 3 stability for free. Thank you. I'll take it. Dia has nothing. I could move some pops into Dia. I think I probably will upgrade Dia to 20 pop with some slaves. That will promote up. Let's move some people over. There we go. 20 pop. Let's get it a court of law. And then I want to promote Endabugu to an actual city. Actually, these guys are coming to Endabugu right now. Not ideal. How much will you take to leave now at your diminished state? Oh my gosh. These guys won't be able to siege Endabugu given their size. Maybe I'll... When I raise my army, I'll take these guys out on my way over there. But, Bakunu... I definitely want to promote... Or I want to increase Bakunu's size. Let's bring in some random slaves to increase its size. Anyone that we can find around here. Who's not from a preoccupied tile that needs all of them. Alright. That's it, but now we can add... Once we have more money, we can add another academy over in Bakunu. Alright. Good. I'm glad my computer didn't crash or freeze again. I was worried it might have something to do with doing these longer recordings, which would be a problem for this campaign, where all the episodes are typically like this, but seems to not be a recurring problem right now, so that's really good. After what happened with the previous episode, I want to avoid any funny business as much as possible. Speaking of avoiding funny business, it looks like she is going to be coming in without any problems, appears at least. We'll see if there's any last-minute occurrences, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Alright. Save my PI. When's my, when's this running out? 38, so we have a little while before this becomes an issue. I'm just gonna save my PI for now. Actually, I could, you know, I could actually do... I guess I can found a city while it's under siege. That's kind of odd, but I guess I'm allowed to do that. Let me first build that academy, and then found the city in a couple of months when I have enough money. Actually, in 1 month, or in a couple of days, really, when I have enough money in Endabugu. It's about time Endabugu was upgraded. Alright, those workers are going to have to sort of work around the sieging barbarians, but let's found a city in Endabugu. This is, I think, my last Ghana regional capital. Actually, Toladi as well needs to be promoted. Do I actually want Toladi instead of Arawane to be the capital over here? I think Arawane being the capital may make a bit more sense, honestly. That's an interesting thought. I think I'm going to make Arawane the capital, because it's in a much more defensive location, and the capital location is mostly about defense. But Toladi will be a city, so I'm not going to, like, demote it. Actually, Maybe I make a different location of the city over here. Colima could actually be a better city. It's in a better spot than Tolati. I mean, I've expected Tolati to be a city for a long time. So, I mean, I've got other things around it in locations based on Tolati's location, so it'd be awkward for it not to be a city. What I might do is have Tolati be a city, but then also squeeze in a city up here, possibly in Ras El Ma, which is a little close to Tolati, but it's far enough away. Actually, maybe I'd do it in Bukzama. It's, again, a little close to Tolati. It's a little close to Bakunu. But it does create a natural looping. Yeah, this is a better spot to do it, honestly. Yeah. Alright. Glad I worked that one out. Build a city up here eventually, just so we have... And maybe I even build another city in Ras Al Ma. It's not like I can't build more cities. Just trying to not overdo it. March of Time. Age finds us all in the end. Even the priests and surgeons shake their head when confronted with the inevitable decline of the human body. As Nyakata Zabarima is finding out, he may not have much time left. Diphtheria, not ideal, but he is on his way out of office, not of life, hopefully, quite yet. So, it is what it is. Comes for all of us. Alright. Things are looking very good on the roading front. I think things are much more consolidated now. Once I take this stuff down here, things are going to really be nice and structured down there. Veterans move on. The prime farmland granted to veterans of battle is a simple recognition of their service to Timbuktu. Sometimes, however, the lure of battles and glory can prove too much for those unaccustomed to a life of menial labor. A recent bad winter caused those working the fields to up and leave, hoping to find better work in our armies, leaving a vast tract of arable land unclaimed. We've reappropriated it to better serve our flourishing state. Okay. Yeah, Tiabu gets a nice bonus. Actually, that's a very nice bonus to permanently get. Wow. That's a really lucky location to get that modifier. One of my major cities? Okay. I'll take it. Works for me. You're not going to see me complaining about that. Court of Law in Dia is done. Very nice. Alright. I'm really excited about the future of this campaign. I think things are going really well, and I think I'm setting myself up for a very good late game with this campaign, given how much I've focused on things that really matter the most in the late game, like the economy and the micro stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited about just how unusual the scenario of this campaign is. Like, how many people have done like an Africa-oriented campaign like this on YouTube? I don't feel like that's a very common thing at all, unless you're playing as like Egypt or something. But this is like, you know, sub-Saharan Africa, like literally, south of Sahara. Lorraine Chilabelli died, head of the Chilabelli family. Rest in peace, Lorraine. That's a bummer. All right, here we go. This should be confirmed very shortly. We'll see if there's any last-minute weird changes, but really hoping there is not. Okay, there is not. We're gonna have Lambu Kamara coming in as expected. That's perfect. And Scholar of the Divine on the way out. We're getting the event. Of course, every single episode I'm getting these great events right at the very end. Barakisa Sawari has by all accounts remained a Scholar of the Divine Woman for much of her life. It caused some embarrassment, therefore, when she was discovered extorting a local temple to an egregiously unreasonable degree. Before reprimanding Barakisa, it must be said it would be expeditious in our efforts to influence her if we were to brush this under the table. Okay, I'm actually completely happy giving this guy, with literally 25 days left, 10 corruption for 35 PI, or 36 PI. Why not? Yeah, let's go for it. I'll save the PI so that I can start next episode with a nice, unexpected big amount of PI to work with. But, yeah, let's slide in to the next Otacon ship and get ready for the future here, for what's coming up with the trads coming in. I guess last second possible, any more buildings I want to squeeze in here while I have the build cost reduction. I can build one more academy in Ogo and anywhere else. I don't think I have any more cities I can work with right now. I already looked at Tiabu. Fairly sure. Yeah, Bakuna already looked at. That's basically it for current cities I have. Yeah, I don't think so. I also just noticed, by the way, that the distance from Timbuktu, my actual capital, to my my westernmost city of Ogo is actually a similar distance to Byzantium and Rome. Like, if you think about, like, historically, like, moving the capital from Rome to Byzantium, like, during the late Roman Empire, what, like, it's like the similar, like, it's, I don't know why I'm mentioning this, but it's interesting just how, like, large my country actually is. Like, my country is the size of, like, a third of the Mediterranean by itself. Like, it's larger than, like, all of Gaul. It's larger than Iberia. It's a big country. A lot of it's impassable, but still, it's a lot of territory. And each tile is quite spacious. All right, on that note, let's roll in to 235, I should say, actually. Lambu Kamara was elected to office and will now rule a glorious nation. 9692. Trads in control, 10% omen power. They want conversion. We shall see about that. And we will take a look at her and the new government in the next episode. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Timbuktu campaign, and I'll see you all next time.